tongue, please. Take your tongue, I'm not speaking up, and stroke the top of your roof of your mouth. So that in the front is your hard palate, and the back is your soft palate. And there may be someone in the room who can't do that. Is there anyone here who can't use the tip of their tongue? It doesn't reach the back palate. The reasons for that is that the frenulum, which is like a little tethering of the tongue, can be holding the tongue to the floor of the mouth. Another reason is that the base of the tongue may be more forward. I've seen it all the way to the front teeth, actually. Yours is quite far back already. But it's a little bit forward. So just go where you can go. And if somebody has a frenulum that's thick, it's the one surgery that I find I recommend. You have to decide for you if you would, certainly with children for speech and nursing and many other things, or reaching into the world in a funny way. Not in a funny way, in a real way.
So you would recommend that? You would recommend that surgery for children?
Actually, it used to be they would check newborns. They don't do it anymore. That's a whole other conversation. But the movement of the tongue is really important. I first saw it with a little girl. She couldn't reach. So I said, let me see your tongue. And she went, and then I began to see more and more how it's the first extremity to reach, and for nursing to be able to get a full stuff.
There's some esoteric yoga practice where they cut that into something more.
Right. You touch the bone of the brain. Okay, so what I'm going to suggest also is you have the tip of your tongue and then the back of your tongue. Can you kind of massage the soft palate or whatever you can touch? Okay, then the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is you have two anal sphincters. You have an external anal sphincter and an internal anal sphincter. And when you squeeze your external anal sphincter, your buttocks will grip. I think we all know how to do that. The next one is sometimes people can't do. I'm just saying, some things take longer, and some things that they're just, my arms are short, so I can't get my hands flat on the floor. Slide. But the internal anal sphincter, when we contract it, we get a contraction here in the front of the pelvis, even though it's in the anus. And for menstruation cramps or some birthing things, also conceiving and perhaps prostate. This is a really important thing to be aware of this contracting there. And a lot of us do it all the time because it holds its stomach in. And we let them both go. The only reason I asked you to do it was that you know where they are. So if you go back and forth, very minutely going external, internal, and just to find the space between. So looking for the space between the external and internal anal sphincter. And that space between has a name. It's called the pectinate line. And it was originally, that's the descendant of something called the cloacal membrane. And again, you can read about these things. The cloacal membrane and the palate as the descendant of the oral pharyngeal membrane. And these two membranes set the polarity for the embryonic disc. So not by contracting the tongue, not by contracting your anus, play with feeling the connection between your palate and the pectinate line. And when you do, well, first of all, if you're holding in your belly, you won't find it. You close off the middle space, you won't find it. You have to be one to be fat and not have good posture and letting go. And then when you find it, it will set your vertical axis, the ends of your vertical axis. And you're going to have the shape that you have. So much is about making our shape, making our form. We are the form that we are. We are the shape that we are. Someone say, well, I didn't dance because I didn't have the shape. It's free. It's not a form. It's your form. It's not a particular form. And when you make that particular form, you lose the ability to be your own form and to dance your own dance and to live your own life, really, and you'll find suffering. It won't take away suffering on the other end. You just won't waste it. So feeling your pectinate lining, your palate, play with letting it go and finding it. There's no contracting of the anus. That was just to get you in the environment, the space of it. Front body, back body, and space between. I don't say empty space, it's space. There is more energy in space than there is in matter. And there are more photons, which I have no idea what they are because they are basically light, they move at the speed of light, and I think there are more of them in a black hole. I don't know.
I hear we're all black holes.
Huh?
I hear we're all black holes.
Right. So that part of it is just, I don't have that thinking ability, but I do feel the energy of space. So that part I can say. So off of our front body, we develop a yolk sac. And off of our back body, we develop an amniotic cavity. So if we take two balls, and then we sound these little ones that would be good. So where the pink ball meets the blue ball is the endoderm, is the front body, and this is the yolk sac. And where the blue ball meets the pink ball, that's the ectoderm of the back body, and this is the amniotic cavity. So this is the body. This is the embryonic disc. This is the yolk sac, and this is the amniotic cavity. So when I go forward, if I go forward like this, I'm just kind of, I don't know, empty. But as I remember my yolk sac, I have all of this incredible support that's buoyant. And as I feel my amniotic, I can go like that. I have no support. I'm kind of empty. But as I feel the amniotic cavity, I can just rest and still have buoyancy. So very often in yoga or something, people just balance weights. The breath goes out, the arms go forward. That's not forward bending, that's moving the butt back. Or this is a back bend, maybe you're touching the floor. But I'm going forward. Where as I remember my yolk sac, this is an adventure. I'm Peter Pan and Wendy. And as I go back, I'm really going back. I'm going back. I am opening to the universe. I would like you to explore. Front body, back body, space in between. Through your eyes.